Polytechnic University. And tonight we want to remind you to tune in to tonight's Google Hangout at 7. And it's going to be featuring Dell's Chief Innovation Officer. And for more information, check out flpoly.org/STEMtalks.
And we're going to reach over here to continue to introduce you, and you'll see us again soon.
Okay, so as of right now, I'm studying mechanical and industrial engineering with a concentration of nanotechnology. And right now, our building, it was created by a famous architect, Santiago Calatrava, and it's got loopers on the top. And they actually move depending on the sun's position in order to shield the top floor, the second floor. So that way, in case like students are studying or something, you don't have the sun in their eyes. And so as of right now, we have about 1,000 students. This is our second year running. And it's kind of nice because everybody has a really close connection to each other. And so everybody knows everybody. And if you need help with homework or personal problems or just need somebody to talk to, it's really easy to go up to anybody here and say, hey, and everybody knows everybody's name, so it's kind of easy. And as well with teachers, like teachers are the same way with the student bonding. Since the second floor is all offices for the teachers, they're clear, so you can see if the teacher's in there, they can't hide from you. And so if you need help with like homework in the class or any information that you didn't get, or even they'll help with internships or writing resumes, which is great because it gives you that like out-of-class bond with a teacher, so almost like a mentor. And so out of like academic-wise comes like student life and activities. We just opened our rec field. And in our rec field, we have a basketball court, we have a soccer field, which can be used for other sports, such as ultimate frisbee and soccer. We do intramural ultimate frisbee right now, Mondays and Wednesdays at 6, in case anybody wants to come. And also we have a sand volleyball court. So not everybody goes out there to play. A lot of people actually go out there and hang out and talk or even cheer on the people playing the sports because we're very close here. So I mean, everybody's really cool. And other than that, another thing that we've done recently would be our pumpkin chunkin'. That's coming up. So students, they're building things to see how far the pumpkins can fly. So it's an engineering project outside of school, which is supposed to be fun, and then there's prizes with that. And also, if you don't want to do like organized stuff, you can do like out-of-class research. And with that research, you pretty much get to design anything that you want to do. You have a teacher as a mentor, and they help you out and guide you through the process. And it's pretty much like you do it and somebody advises you to do it. So they keep you on track, they help you out wherever you need it, and you also get funding for it. So it's free to do whatever you want, which is great. So now that we've hit the labs, I'm going to let somebody else, Ariel actually, show you around.
So we're actually in our tour hall right now, and the first lab I want to show you is actually going to be our 3D printing lab / like our makerspace, which is somewhere where I've actually got the pleasure of exploring experiments, doing projects. It's basically our lab. I think it's the biggest one in the country. We actually have 85 to 86 makerspace printers in that lab, and we actually had in our intro to engineering design classes, we actually had the opportunity to all of the classes were able to print their own levitating lamps. They could use it to print their own projects, things like that. And we're actually just going to take you inside really quickly and show you what we have printing right now. So this is actually a 3D printed model of our logo, or our mascot Phoenix. This was actually printed very recently, the one at the bottom. And right now you can actually see we're printing another one. And we can show you a finished one of this later, but this is our makerspace. This is a 3D printer. It takes about half an hour, 37 minutes to print one this size.
One of the questions we had is what other introduction classes we have, and we have quite a few. We have a lot of introductions that lead to a lot of our unique concentrations, introduction to programming, etc.
And this is just a table of our completed 3D printing projects. We have a lot of different student projects. The one right here, this little coral-looking thing, that is actually a model of one of our professor's brains. So yeah, he just took a CT scan. He actually got like a model printed of his brain.
There are currently no classes that teach exactly 3D printing, but a lot of classes involve 3D printing as part of the material.
And the two materials we print from are ABS and PLA. They're just two like different plastics. There are more that exist, but those are just the two we use on campus. Our next lab that we're actually going to go to is our VTC lab, which houses like a lot of other student projects, graduate student projects.
Do students get to print their own design?
We actually do. In the first year, we were like, all you have to do is you have to complete a 3D printing course online, and once you do that, you can actually print your own designs as long as you submit them. Whoever is working in the 3D printing lab will actually go over it with you and make sure it's printable. But I actually was able to print some things last year, and students are allowed to print their own. There is a cost after you get one free print when you finish your course, and then you can like pay to print after that. And we're in the VTC lab right now. So like a few of the projects you see on this table, these are all student projects. So one right here that we have is just a rice hat that's like, it's a solar powered rice hat, so you can actually plug your phone into this rice hat and it charges it for you. A few other projects we have on this table. This right here is it is a Bluetooth controlled longboard. This was actually my freshman project in a group with other students. So this longboard right here is controlled by Arduino. We actually programmed it so you can like control the speed that it goes at. It has a maximum speed right now of 21 miles per hour. And the shield right here that covers all of the electric components, it was 3D printed in the lab across.
What is the most complicated project done?
Complicated project done.
We actually won awards for the Bluetooth longboard.
Yes, my group did win an award for that one. There is the graduate robot right over here that the graduate students have worked on. It can actually stand up from basically any position on its own, which is a pretty difficult feat for a robot. So yeah, that's probably one of the more complicated ones we've had students here do. And then one of the more fun ones we've seen is the pizza button right here. How that works is actually created during our hackathon, which was like a 24-hour nonstop just programming event where you got to create your own projects. And once you press the red button, it actually like sends your pre-made order to Domino's, and they'll like deliver pizza to your school.
What does the robot do?
The robot does. I mean, the robot can dance. Its main thing is that it can actually just like stand up on its own, unassisted.
It's still a work in progress.
Yes.
Does the robot have a name?
I think it's Bobot.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head. It does have a name, and it's cute, but I don't remember what it is.
So back to the 3D printed things. The little phoenixes that you saw being printed look like this once they're finished.
Yeah. And you can see on the table they have different colors that they can be printed in. And yeah, that took about half an hour to print, and we can just make a lot of them at one time because of how many 3D printers we have.
And a variety of sizes of projects and stuff like that. That's not a limiting factor.
Yep, we do have different size 3D printers, different models.
Yep. So now you actually will be following me. We have two more labs we want to show you. Currently one is actually working on a project, so we won't be able to look completely into the lab, but you'll still get a basic idea. I'll make sure to hit a couple of the key points of what the lab is for. Down here, the two labs that I'm referring to is one, our supercomputer lab, which actually students are allowed to work with our supercomputer, which not many universities, very, very few actually have their own supercomputer. We do. And they're slowly starting to integrate courses where students will actually be able to work with the supercomputer. I don't know if our camera person will be able to see it here, but as you can see, it's very well lit and very colorful. Supposedly, actually, during the holidays, they will change the lights to be very festive.
What are supercomputers and how do they work?
Supercomputers are just really large computers. It has a really large processing power. That's most of it. It's just like I don't know, it's just a really big computer with a few terabytes of memory, which is actually pretty large for a computer.
Yeah, it's in the forms of computation and such.
What are the hours of operation for the labs?
It can vary. There's slowly more students are running the labs themselves, and so there's people in there quite often. Though usually it's general kind of like workday hours, 9 to 5-ish, I would say. It depends on the lab. It depends on if it's a lot of courses are involvement with them and stuff like that. So.
Do you have to sign up for the lab?
Certain labs you do need. Class involvement in order to gain access to them. But like the 3D printing lab, completely open from freshman to senior, no problems.
As long as you get with a laptop.
Huh?
Like if you can get with a laptop, then they can usually help you out to get you a
Yes.
lab.
The one lab here that we won't be able to get too close into due to the fact that they're filming actually, I believe, a news show, is our digital media and computer and cyber gaming lab. I didn't say this before, but I am a cyber gaming concentration, and so I'm kind of familiar with this lab a little bit. And in this lab, there is multiple media equipment that will help you with numerous amount of video projects that our classes try to greatly integrate into our education, from editing software, filming software. As you can see here, they're filming literally a live action newscast.
Is there a major in cyber gaming, and what is it about?
I am a concentration in cyber gaming, and basically it is learning how to develop video games and animation and that criteria. It's kind of a broad statement, but it's basically learning how to animate and develop video games.
What are some courseworks that you've done for cyber gaming?
Courseworks? You get more into the true cyber gaming essence in your junior and senior year, which I'm getting into now. But some of the early classes you can take are your programming classes, where you're able to start making video games and applications, and so you get to it very early on, even in your freshman year. But you start learning how the computer works and all this kind of stuff that will help you further on in your cyber gaming learning. Now, the cyber gaming aspect of this lab actually integrates about a lot of different game systems, from your Oculus Rift, Xbox 360, all this other stuff that you get to hands-on work with, all of the equipment that you hope to one day program with. So it really is intriguing, and it's constantly growing. Students are adding to it and everything.
What is a cyber game?
What is a cyber game? Well, a cyber game is actually technically just a video game. Cyber game is really just a fancier word for learning how to develop a video game that you'd see in normal stores and all this kind of stuff. So, or applications like app games.
Does Florida Poly offer insight into Xbox One?
Not to my knowledge, no. But it wouldn't be surprising if some students have some great knowledge about the different systems and stuff like that. I'm just not particularly one of them. So, we're good? Okay. Sorry. So, I wanted to remind you all tonight that we want you to tune in to our Google Hangout at 7 p.m. featuring Dell's Chief Information Officer. If you want more information on this, check out floridapoly.org/StemTalk.
Could you,
We're finishing
that
up.
way?
We're finishing up. Like I said, live show. Anyway, so please check out our STEM Talks at fopoly.org/STEM Talks for more information about our Google Hangouts. So, thank you.